everyone, and welcome back to the Learning Lab, where learning English is easy and enjoyable. I am so excited for today's episode because we are going to talk about something that every single one of us does almost every day, whether we like it or not.
That's right, Jenny. And hello, everyone. This is James, and I am super happy to be here with you today because this topic is honestly one of my favorites to teach. Jenny, before we start, how are you doing today?
Oh my goodness, James. I am doing okay, but I have to be honest with you. I spilled coffee all over my notes just before we started recording, so I am a little bit chaotic today, as usual. How about you? How are you feeling this morning?
Oh no, Jenny, that sounds like a rough start to the morning. I am so sorry that happened to you. As for me, I am feeling great today. I woke up early, I had my coffee safely in my cup, and I even organized my notes into little color-coded sections, so I am feeling very prepared.
Of course you did, James. That is so typical of you. You are always so organized, and I'm always the one running late with coffee on my shirt. But that is actually a perfect way to start today's lesson because how are you is one of the very first things we say when we greet someone.
Exactly, Jenny. And today's topic is all about small talk, which means the short, friendly conversations we have when we meet someone new, whether that's at a party, at work, at school, or even standing in line at a coffee shop. By the end of this episode, you are going to feel much more confident starting a conversation with a stranger.
I love that, and I want everyone listening to know that this episode is going to be full of real practice. So please do not just sit back and listen quietly. I want you to actually speak out loud with us today. We're going to give you plenty of chances to repeat and to answer, so treat this like a real conversation class.
Yes, that is such an important point, Jenny, because learning a language is not only about understanding it, it's about actually using your mouth and your voice to practice it. So do not be shy today. All right, should we start with the very first step, which is how to say hello to someone you have never met before?
Yes, let's do it. And honestly, this is the part where I always get nervous in real life because I never know if I should say hi or hello or something more formal like good morning. James, can you help our listeners understand when to use each one?
Of course. So here's a simple rule that will make your life so much easier. If you're in a casual place, like a party or a coffee shop with friends, you can simply say hi or hey there, because those are relaxed and friendly. But if you're meeting someone at work or in a more formal situation, it's better to say hello or good morning, because those sound a little more polite and professional.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So it's kind of like choosing your outfit. You wear casual clothes to a party and a suit to a business meeting, and your greeting works the same way. Now, once you say hello, what comes next? Because just saying hi and then standing there in silence feels very awkward.
That's such a funny way to think about it, but you're completely right. So after you say hello, the next natural step is usually to introduce yourself with something simple like, "My name is James," or "I'm James, nice to meet you." And here's a helpful tip. The other person will usually say their name back to you, and then you can respond with, "Nice to meet you too."
Okay, I think it's time for our first practice moment. So, everyone listening, get ready because I'm going to be a stranger at a party and I want you to introduce yourself to me out loud. Just imagine I'm standing right in front of you holding a drink. Ready? Here I go. Hi, I don't think we've met before.
Wow, Jenny, I love that you're really acting this out. This is great. And to everyone at home, remember, pause the audio right now if you need more time and say your own introduction out loud. Something like, "Hi, I'm James. Nice to meet you." Take a moment now and try it yourself before we continue.
Perfect. And I hope you all did that because speaking out loud, even alone in your room, really does help your brain remember the words much faster than just reading them silently. Now, James, once we know each other's names, what is usually the next question people ask in small talk?
Great question. And honestly, this is probably the most common small talk question in the entire English-speaking world. And it's simply, what do you do? This question is basically asking about your job, so people usually answer with something like, I'm a teacher, or I work in marketing, or I'm a student studying business.
Oh, I remember the first time someone asked me that question in English, and I got so nervous that I just said, I do things. And the poor guy looked so confused. So, James, can you give us a few more example answers, just so our listeners have some good options ready in their pocket?
Oh no, Jenny. I do things is honestly hilarious, but do not worry, that is exactly why we practice. So here are some useful answers. I work as an engineer. I'm currently between jobs. I run my own small business. Or I'm still in university studying psychology. And any of these are completely natural and easy to say.
Those are so helpful, and I really like that one about being between jobs because it sounds much more polite than just saying, I don't have a job right now. All right, everyone, it is practice time again, so I want you to imagine someone just asked you, so what do you do? And I want you to answer out loud using your real job or your real situation.
Yes, take your time with that one. And remember, it does not need to be perfect, it just needs to be clear. So even a short, simple sentence like, I work in a hospital, is a completely wonderful answer. Once you're ready, come back and let's continue, because next we are going to talk about something people love to ask right after that.
Ooh, let me guess. Is it the classic where you from question? Because that one always comes up right after people talk about jobs. I feel like that question is asked in literally every single small talk conversation in the world.
You guessed it exactly right, Jenny. And you are correct, this question is incredibly common, and the answer is usually very simple. Something like, I'm from Cambodia, or I'm originally from Japan, but I live here now. And a nice follow-up question you can ask back is, have you always lived here, or did you move here recently?
I really like that follow-up question because it shows the other person that you're actually interested in them and not just waiting for your turn to talk. That is actually a big secret of good small talk, isn't it, James? Always asking a question back.
Yes, that is honestly one of the biggest secrets, because a conversation should feel like a tennis match, where the ball goes back and forth between two people, instead of one person just talking and talking. So a really easy trick is, whatever question someone asks you, after you answer, just ask them the exact same question back.
Oh, that is such a smart and simple trick. I love that so much because you don't even need to think of a new question. You can literally just say, and you? Where are you from? Okay, let's practice that combination now. So imagine someone asks you, where are you from? And I want you to answer and then ask the question right back to them.
Great. Take your time with that practice, and once you feel ready, let's move forward, because now I want to talk about something that English speakers, especially in places like the UK or the US, absolutely love to discuss. And that is the weather.
Oh my gosh, yes, the weather. I remember being so confused the first time I visited an English-speaking country because everyone kept talking about the rain like it was the most exciting news in the world. James, why do people talk about the weather so much in small talk?
That is such a fair question. And honestly, the weather is popular because it's a safe topic. It doesn't offend anyone, and almost everyone has an opinion about it. So it's a very easy way to start a friendly conversation with a total stranger. Some common phrases are, nice weather today, isn't it? Or, it's so hot today I can barely think. Or, I heard it might rain later.
I actually really love that phrase, isn't it, at the end of the sentence, because it makes the question sound softer and friendlier instead of just saying, the weather is nice today, like a robot. Can you explain a little bit about how that isn't it pattern works, James?
Absolutely. So that pattern is called a tag question, and it simply means you add a small question at the end of a sentence to invite the other person to agree with you or respond. For example, it's really cold today, isn't it? Or, this coffee is amazing, isn't it? And these small additions make your English sound much more natural and conversational.
I love that so much. That is such a useful little trick. All right, everyone, here comes another practice moment. So I want you to imagine you're standing outside, and I want you to comment on the weather using a tag question, just like James taught us. Go ahead and try it out loud right now using whatever the weather is actually like where you are today.
I love imagining everyone around the world doing this practice at the same time. Some of you are probably saying it's sunny, some of you are probably saying it's raining, and that is honestly the beauty of language learning. It connects us all together. Okay, Jenny, should we move on to talking about hobbies and weekends now?
Yes, let's do it. Because honestly, talking about hobbies is my favorite part of small talk because it's where the conversation actually starts to get interesting and fun. What are some good questions we can ask someone about their free time or their weekend?
Great question. So some very common and useful ones are, what do you like to do in your free time? Or, do you have any hobbies? Or my personal favorite, any big plans for the weekend? These questions are wonderful because they usually lead to a longer, more relaxed conversation, and people generally love talking about the things they enjoy.
That is so true. And honestly, if someone asked me that question, I would probably talk for 10 minutes about my dog because I genuinely cannot stop myself once I start. James, what would you say if someone asked you about your hobbies?
Well, since we're practicing together, I would probably say something like, in my free time, I really enjoy reading and going for long walks, and on weekends, I usually try to relax at home or meet up with friends. It's a simple answer, but it gives the other person plenty of information to continue the conversation with more questions.
That is a perfect example. All right, everyone, it is your turn again, so I want you to imagine someone just asked you, what do you like to do in your free time? And I want you to answer honestly and clearly out loud using your real hobbies. Take your time, there's no rush at all. We're cheering for you from here.
I really hope everyone is enjoying practicing along with us today, because this kind of speaking practice is honestly the fastest way to build real confidence in English. Now, Jenny, I think it might be time to talk about something that a lot of learners find tricky, which is how to politely end a small talk conversation.
Oh, yes, this is a big one for me personally because I always feel so awkward trying to leave a conversation. I never know what to say, so I usually just stand there until someone else leaves first. Please save me, James. What are some polite ways to end a conversation?
Don't worry, Jenny, I've got you covered. So, here are some really useful phrases. Well, it was great talking to you. Or, I should probably get going, but it was really nice meeting you. Or, I don't want to keep you, but let's talk again soon. These phrases are polite, warm, and they let the other person know the conversation is naturally coming to an end.
Oh, I really like I don't want to keep you because it sounds so thoughtful, like you actually care about their time instead of just wanting to escape the conversation. Is it also normal to exchange contact information before you say goodbye, like a phone number or a social media account?
Yes, that is very common, especially if you had a nice conversation and you want to stay in touch. So people often say something like, can I get your number? Or are you on Instagram? Maybe we could connect. And if you are not interested in staying in touch, you can simply say, it was really nice meeting you, and leave it at that, which is completely acceptable too.
That is such good advice. All right, everyone, let's do one more practice moment before we move into our final part of today's episode. So I want you to imagine you need to leave a conversation politely right now. Go ahead and say your goodbye phrase out loud using one of the examples James just gave us.
Wonderful. I am so proud of everyone practicing along with us today. And now, since we have learned greetings, questions about jobs, questions about where people are from, the weather, hobbies, and saying goodbye, I think it is time to put it all together. Jenny, should we do a full role play from beginning to end, just so everyone can hear a complete small talk conversation?
Yes, I love that idea. Let's imagine we are meeting for the very first time at a work conference. And I'm going to start, okay? Here I go. Hi there. I don't think we've met. I'm Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. I'm James. It's really nice to meet you. So what do you do?
I work in marketing for a small tech company. And you, what do you do?
Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm actually a software engineer. I work mostly with mobile apps. And where are you from, by the way?
I'm originally from Cambodia, but I've been living here for about 3 years now. What about you? Have you always lived in the city?
No, actually, I moved here just last year for work. It's still pretty new to me. And by the way, it's such nice weather today, isn't it? Perfect for a conference like this.
It really is much better than last week's rain. So, do you have any fun plans for the weekend after this conference ends?
I'm actually planning to relax at home and read a new book I just bought. Nothing too exciting, but I'm looking forward to it. How about you?
That sounds really peaceful. I'm probably just going to take my dog for a long walk in the park. Well, it was really great talking to you, James.
It was really nice meeting you too, Jenny. I don't want to keep you, but let's definitely talk again later during the conference.
Wow, okay, that felt so real, and I hope everyone listening noticed how naturally we moved through greetings, jobs, hometowns, weather, weekend plans, and then a polite goodbye, all in one smooth conversation. James, do you want to give our listeners one more chance to practice this whole conversation completely on their own now?
Yes, absolutely. So here's your final challenge for today. I want you to imagine you are meeting someone brand new, and I want you to go through the entire conversation by yourself out loud, starting with a greeting, then asking about their job, then where they are from, then the weather, then their weekend plans, and finally saying a polite goodbye. Take as much time as you need. This is your moment to really shine.
I am so proud of everyone who just did that. Seriously, that takes courage. And every single time you practice out loud like this, your English gets stronger, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. James, before we wrap up, do you have any final tips for our listeners who still feel nervous about small talk?
Yes, I would say the most important tip, do not worry about being perfect. Because even native speakers make small mistakes in casual conversation all the time, and nobody is judging you as harshly as you think. The goal of small talk is simply to be friendly and to make a small connection with someone. So relax, smile, and just try your best.
That is such beautiful advice, and I completely agree. Honestly, even I still make mistakes when I speak, and that's completely okay, because communication is much more important than perfection. All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode on Small Talk in English.
Thank you so much for practicing with us today. We really hope you feel more confident now about greeting someone new, asking about their job, their hometown, the weather, and their hobbies. And of course, saying a polite goodbye at the end. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who is also learning English.
Yes, and please keep practicing out loud every single day, even just a few minutes, because that's truly the secret to becoming confident in English. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you next time here on the Learning Lab, where learning English is easy and enjoyable. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care and keep practicing. See you next time.